This one just rolled out the doors at 4x4 DNA in Adelaide. It's a black 2024 with a heap of gear on it that we've put on, and I'll run you through, in particular, the electrical, because we've done something new on this one. I'm guessing the brief on this was to go black, because everything is black. We got the black color-coded front bar, the black wheels, black roof rack, and the black rear bar. It looks sensational when it's painted up like this. Check it out. I'm really impressed with the look of this vehicle. There's not going to be any shortage of light coming out of here. We've got the integrated light bar here, the foggies with DRL, and then on top, the LaserLamp light bar 36 Elite. Now, I've got the same one in my car, and it's got to be one of my favorite sort of lighting devices, I must admit. Because of the width of it, you get heaps of width in the lighting, but the color temperature is 5,000, so it's got a fraction of, I guess you'd call like a, not amber, that's saying it's too yellow, but it's not that blue-white that you see sometimes, it's just right. Big fan of the 36-inch LaserLamp Elite. Whilst we're talking lighting, I'll show you this one up here. These are the steady, I think a 7-inch. Now, again, I'm a big fan of these lights as well because of the amber. So they've got a setting on there. You can press this button just up here. You can have either amber, on the other side is a white light, depending on what your preference is. But if the bugs are around, I just use the, I think it's 2700 Kelvin, something like that. But it's like the perfect sort of amberish light for a camp. It's, if I had to compare it to a color, it's like the same color temperature as you'd get off of a campfire, which suits these cars and what you're going to do with them very, very well. Let's get into the back of this thing. So pull that one out and let's lift this one up. Dun, dun, dun. All right, I'll get to like the fridge cabinet and everything in a minute, but we're still on lighting. So this is the Safiery light. I hope I'm saying that right. It's how I've been saying for the last 5 years. Essentially, you can have an amber light, amber, white light, turn the amber off, white light, and then if you press and hold, they're dimmable as well. So I press that and dim it down, you'll see it go down, and like that. I don't know if it's coming out on camera, and then up again, and there's a center light you can have as well. Once again, tried and tested this lighting, uses hardly any power whatsoever, but it gives just the right amount of light, and again, I like the amber for bugs. It doesn't eliminate them. If there's like lots of mosquitoes around, they will come to it, but nothing like on the white light that you get. Now, let's look at the rest of this thing. This is the dash fridge cabinet, a whole metre long stainless steel bench here. I haven't taken this off. I think that's up to the owner to do that themselves. When this was designed, it's like one day I'm going to go up north and catch a 1 metre long barramundi, and I want to fillet it on here. That's why it's stainless steel and not aluminium or anything powder coated, because that would have been cheaper and easier. But we wanted a high grade stainless for this, for cleaning. And if you want to like marinate chops on here like George used to do, squeeze your lemon and you can clean it all off afterwards. Fantastic like idea. And also for those people up north, humidity often doesn't do great things for these fridges. So, whether you can see it, there is a fan. Actually, I'll go around the other side in a minute and show you. There is a fan built into the top of this, so it's always going to stay cool. We'll go around the other side and have a look in the back. So this is what's new to us now. We're starting to play around with these Invicta batteries. This is a 200 amp hour battery, slimline, so it fits perfectly down the side of this fridge cabinet, and powering a 2000 watt inverter that hides beautifully in the back of the cabinet. Big fan of that as well. And of course then all the other wiring is nice and neatly hidden underneath. We went out looking for different batteries, and I must admit I'm very impressed with this one. The specs on it are like top level basically, because this is set up to run induction cooking. It's on the little bag on the ground next to us here, but that will clip onto the edge of the fridge. And you know, you could even run your caravan air conditioner. 2000 watts is a lot. You can actually do over that for short periods of time, but that's what it's rated at. But you just plug it in over here. Flush mount power point. If you're ever going to do this in a Y62, that's the spot to do it, because there's an empty space behind there. So now what I'll also do is show you on here. This is the Pico. So it's a shunt which hides underneath the floor, and we can go and have a look at like the specs of what the battery is doing. See it close enough there? We'll try that. So this one's got, out of the 200 amp hours, it's got 117 amp hours remaining. See it says blue here, that means it's charging, so I can tell that the solar is putting in 2.5 amps right now. But I can have a look at what the start battery voltage is, if you're interested in it, barometric pressure, and there's a few different, like how long to empty and all that sort of thing. Very cool idea for looking at what your state of charge is. I'm sure you would have seen these before, the dash false floors. They're fantastic. They look neat. They look factory, to be honest, if not better than factory. But it still gives you room to hide some things underneath. So if you wanted to, you could have the third row seating still come up here, or you can delete it like what we've done in this car. But it gives you access to everything underneath. So we've got the REDARC 50 amp Alpha BCDC charger, and that comes with its own shunt as well. This we're just starting to play with, and there are some real unique features in regards to charging with solar and linking to the front battery. So I'll probably do another whole video on that. I won't go into that right now, but that's, if you're looking for a premium sort of setup, that's kind of what we're doing now is the Canon Alpha. If you just wanted to charge and have sort of a basic system, we'll just go for a REDARC BCDC 40. Other little things that we're starting to do here as well is putting this like blank in here. So now I've got an easy spot if you want to plug in like a Anderson, cigarette socket, USBs, it's all here. And to turn the inverter on and off, we've got that button there. Now the 2024s won't have a subwoofer in here. So we've put the air compressor there, and that all runs up to a lead up here, so it's a nice flush mount, just easy access, to be honest. And then finally, all the other utilities are very neatly put in here with the dash trailer bracket. So you've got your cameras, your 12 pin, and then we've double stacked an Anderson in there as well. Now the next part of this, you want to hear the exhaust, I reckon. So I've unclipped the mic, I'm just going to put it down in front of the camera and give it a rev. All right, here we go. That is a nice exhaust. I love it. This is a very neat setup. Also done a 3999 GVM upgrade on this one. And what I like was a little attention to detail. So of course we've got the red Samurai coils, but we've painted the DMW like lower control arms in the same sort of Samurai red as well. Looks amazing. Actually reminds me of the Samurai car that we built a couple of years ago now. Now, usually when I do a video like this, everyone says, what's the cost? Well, cost changes, so I never put it on YouTube. But if you want to know how much to get a build like this, just quote, say you want one like Debbie's build, and just ring 4x4 DNA Perth, Melbourne, Adelaide, and the guys are going to quote it up for you. But what a sensational vehicle. It looks really good. I'm happy with it. That one's out. See you next time on YouTube. Yeah.